The Moscow State Institute of International Relations. You focus, sir, on Russian policy in the Middle East. You're joining us from Moscow. Thank you for your time. So if you're Vladimir Putin looking at the Israel-Iran conflict right now, what outcome do you want to see?
Well, from the Russian perspective, this is a clear attempt to initiate regime change in Iran, and this is what Russia would do its best to prevent, because we fear a very serious destabilization, not only in the Middle East, not only in the Gulf, but also in the South Caucasus and in the Caspian region, because Iran is an important partner in many areas and in many regions, not only in the middle. It's a player that has an important role in many regions. And for Russia, it will also mean that some strategic projects will be practically abandoned. For example, Russia was investing heavily in a north-south corridor, which was supposed to connect Russia to the Gulf states and to the ports in the Persian Gulf and at the Sea of Arabia. So these were the things that were really of great importance. And now we are very much concerned about the overall situation in this part of the world.
Okay, so the Russian priority and point of view here, as you explained, is to prevent regime change. Vladimir Putin, very early on in this conflict, offered to mediate. Do you see a realistic scenario where the Russian president is actually actively involved in diplomacy here?
Yes, I believe that Russia could play a role mediating between Iran and the US, because after all, though Israel is clearly in a very strong position, it cannot achieve this goal of regime change on its own. From the Russian perspective, without the active US participation in this campaign, Israel will not be able to achieve regime change. So what I think Russia is trying to do with other players in the region is to prevent this, the participation of the US. This is the key issue. And I believe that we might be trying to convince Trump that it's not in America's interests to overthrow the regime, because it will mean destabilization. And though I think that now this is the issue that is being discussed even in Geneva. Because after all, yes.
Yeah, Nicholas Surkov, I was just going to thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us on Al Jazeera.